to our webinar today, and thank you for joining us on our presentation on personalized retargeting. Today we will talk about our smart solution for marketing and remarketing on third-party side and ad networks. I have here Tamás Motajcsek with me, who is our classified media expert in Gravity and also a key account manager of classified media clients. I'm Domon Kostik, founder and CEO of Gravity R&D. So, in a nutshell, the agenda for today, I will talk about Gravity R&D in introducing our personalization and recommendation solutions for the classified media industry. Later, I will pass the word to Tamás, who will talk about two case studies on Jofogas.hu, which is a Schibsted Classified Media subsidiary in Hungary, and ingatlan.com case study, which is a real estate site in Central Eastern Europe. So, of course, the first slide in an introduction is who we are and what we do. Gravity R&D is one of the largest third-party provider in the world for personalization platform. We feature such customers like Dailymotion and LiveJasmine.com, who are in the top 100 Alexa list. We also have invested more than 75 man-years into our solution, which includes award-winning and worldwide patented algorithms to provide a comprehensive solution for various industries in the online world, and also for our other business line, which is the TV industry. And those algorithms also include most of our research results. Our research activity started back with the Netflix Prize, where we published our early algorithms, and today we are also participating in several European Union founded projects like Stratosphere and CrowdRec. And last but not least, I also would like to highlight that we were awarded by ICMA back in 2012 together with Jofogas for our user engagement project on Jofogas classified media site. As I mentioned, we are partnering with Jofogas, but we also have a track record with many classified media industry players, including several sites from the Schibsted Classified Media group, and we have also partnership and clients in the Allegro group and in the Informedia group, just to name a few. And to give you an overview of our complete client base, we have clients in several industries, starting from IPTV and OTT video on demand services, going through restaurant sites, daily deal sites, retail stores, dating sites, and many others. You may be interested why, for all those industries, personalization and recommendation is a key problem. This is rooted from the main challenge of Web 2.0. Practically, this is called the content glut, where you have thousands and thousands of contents, millions of visitors, and but only one screen. And the question, why would you show for each visitor the same content? Obviously, there is a need for personalization because different visitors are interested in different content, and to your best interest, if you want to engage your visitors, you want to show them what they find relevant. So we have a technology where we are able to follow the user interest through a personalized user journey. As a service provider, you may want to understand your users, and you are interested in such tools which is commonly referred under the umbrella of big data to exploit whatever information you are given by your users visiting your site. Let me pick an example of a virtual user, Kate. We are able to track her interest from different sources of information based on her activity. For instance, if we discover that she replies to such advertisements that are related to novels during her typical holiday seasons, we may infer that Kate is interested in novels, and we should recommend her such advertisements during the holiday season. Also, we can find out, based on tracking her user behavior, that during the last 2 months she was searching for products related to baby care. Therefore, we may conclude that she is interested in baby products. Probably she is expecting a baby soon. So that will have such a consequence that in the future there will be a continuous need for baby-related content for Kate. Also, we are able to track what device she is using while browsing your site or your web application. From that information, we can get those pieces of knowledge, what is important to provide the right content for the right device and on the right screen. So we can track and we can provide what content should be displayed in different scenarios. So on a smartphone, we provide different content types during the commuting hours and different ones during the daytime, and also different ones during the leisure time in the evening. And last but not least, we are also able to discover long-term seasonality in her profile. If she checks, let's say, every half a year regularly job advertisements, we are also able to discover that pattern in her behavior and using it for providing recommendations in the long run relating to job advertisement. So summarizing this slide, it is key to understand that we are able to discover not just primary interest of the user, but also long-term interests as well. And also the preference capture of the personalization solution is based on the current context of the recommendation and of the browsing, as it will be also exemplified by Tamás in the case study. We provide different kind of solutions according to the different visitor lifecycle stages of the user. So we can distinguish between raising the awareness stage, acquisition, activation, and retention. And in each of those stages, we are able to achieve key performance indicator improvements using different metrics. For instance, we can multiply the CTR on site or using retargeting solutions. We have also witnessed an increase in conversion also for on-site recommendations and also for in the retargeting setup. And there are other additional benefits of personalization solutions we will talk later during this presentation. The main topic for today is retargeting and pre-targeting, so what is highlighted in the first row of this table. These activities can span through the entire visitor lifecycle stages. So in the beginning, when you want to raise awareness, context-based retargeting is the tool what we suggest to use that brings visitor to your site. We will also show some results in the case studies regarding that. Once you acquire the user, so he appeared on your site, then you want to activate her. For that, we suggest to use personalized retargeting to make her an active user, be it a seller or a buyer, or both. There is a stage where you reach an activity level of the user where you may want to spend your marketing budget on different personalization tools. But when it comes to the point when there is a decrease in the customer activity, you may want to retain your customer by relaunching personalized retargeting, bringing her back to your site. So, as you see in this slide, we have plenty other interesting solutions for monetization of your visitor, but today we are focusing on those two important tools. Let me now give the word to Tamás, who will continue on the two case studies shortly.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Tamás Motajcsák. Thanks, Domonkos, for introducing me and for giving the word over to me. Let me first start with referring back to one of the first slides Domonkos just showed, which was about who we are and what we do. At the last point of the slide, talked about our strong track record in the classified media industry, supporting it with quite a few classified media client logos. Why is it important? Well, I'm reinforcing this message because classified sites are quite different in terms of their business models, operations, and how they monetize their activity compared to other e-commerce business types. Ever since we started working together with our very first classified partner, Jofogas, in 2011, we have been continuously fine-tuning our solution so that it would be tailored to this very special business model. Now, since 2011, 3 years have passed. During those 3 years, we were mostly focusing on on-site personalization. And it was not until the middle of last year when we, together with a few of our classified partners, started to address off-site solutions like retargeting and email personalization. Already 4 of our classified clients successfully experimented with our retargeting solution, out of which I would like to introduce you 2 of them in this presentation. Jofogas. Let me start with Jofogas, which or the Domokos mentioned is part of the Schibsted Classified Media group. It's one of Hungary's leading general classified sites. It was launched in 2010, and it averages around over 7 million visits per month. The first phase of our cooperation, it dates back to 2011. As I mentioned, focused on on-site tours, with the objective to increase the retention of visitors and also improve the user experience by providing them a personalized way of navigation all across the site. As a result of these 3 years and of these first few years of fine-tuning the solution to the needs of Jofogas, this paved the way to jointly winning the ICMA Show Me the Money award that actually Domokos already mentioned in 2012. So now in 2014 we started experimenting with off-site personalization solutions, and that means personalized retargeting and personalized email. The clear purpose of this off-site personalization initiative is to increase brand awareness and retain visitors that actually were visiting the site before but left it without maybe converting, or just maybe became inactive for a longer period of time, and we want to re-engage them. For the first phase, I would not like to go into details because that's not the scope of today's webinar. However, last year AIM Group prepared a case study with Jofogas exactly about those first few years and about on-site personalization. This presentation will be made public, so at the bottom of this page you can see a link that leads you to this case study in a PDF format. So I would like to encourage you to, after this presentation, please just go visit this presentation, go visit this site, with this link with the case study behind, because this will surely contain some valuable information for you as for how best to optimize on-site personalization on a classified site. The second phase, which is about personalized retargeting, is about this. Here is a news portal, which is Hungary's biggest news portal, Index. Jofogas has a banner advertisement in the middle of this news portal. This is how it looks like, and this is the part of this banner that we actually experimented with in the framework of an A/B test. The first, 50% of people received recommendations. As you can see, this box contains the first about 35 characters of the title of real classified ads. So what people will see here in this box were partly decided by Jofogas in their group and by Gravity in our group. Of course, in our group, because we were tracking user behavior on Jofogas, we were able to identify people on this news portal who actually visited Jofogas before, so we have user interest information about them. For those people, we were able to provide personalized recommendations. For people who actually haven't visited Jofogas before, we didn't have any personal interest information. However, we were able to utilize some contextual-based information. Here are some of the CTR results of this experiment. At the bottom, the red line signifies the Jofogas CTR number. Just below it, the yellow line means the CTR value in Gravity's group for those people whom we don't know personally because they haven't visited Jofogas before. However, we were able to mine some contextual-based information so that we can improve click-through rate for those group of people as well. The blue line is about the CTR for people whom we know because they visited Jofogas before. Therefore, we know some user or visitor interest or interest profile, I would say, and we were able to personalize the content in this banner for those people. As you can see, the CTR difference between when there is gravity and when there isn't gravity connected to this campaign, for those people whom we know from previous visits, is just over 16 times higher CTR. So that's quite, I think it's quite nice. Also, it's actually quite significant that we were able to improve CTR for those people whom we don't have any information about, but we can pull in some contextual-based information. We were able to double the CTR for those people as well. In average, gravity group resulted in 7 times increase in CTR. And you know, CTR is one thing. The other thing is, okay, we brought over 7 times more people to the classified site, but how valuable are those? 24 times higher conversion for people whom we were able to personalize the content for. So it's not just like 16 times higher CTR for people whom we know, it's actually generated 24 times more conversion in terms of ad replies. So all in all, if we are able to track people on a classified site, find out what their user interest is, and then can retarget them in retargeting campaigns on third-party sites, we are able to increase CTR as well as conversion for that group of people. Also, pulling in some contextual-based information for people whom we don't know yet from previous, because they haven't visited the classified site before, we are able to optimize CTR and conversion for them as well. That's what you can see at the bottom here. 190% increase in CTR and almost twice the conversion rate in their group. So that's about the case study of Jofogas. Now I would like to go into the details of ingatlan.com retargeting campaign. Ingatlan.com is one of the largest Central and Eastern European real estate classified sites, and
Thomas, I think we lost you. Are you still there? I will send you a chat to see if you can receive the chat. I apologize, everyone. Just give us 1 minute to get this figured out.
that our network connection has been reestablished. So,
hello.
Great, we can hear you guys again.
Okay, all right.
Great,
Heather, what was the last thing you heard?
You were saying that Ingatlan is the important or the biggest classified site in Europe, Central Europe.
All right, so it's okay.
Right at the beginning.
So it's yeah, thank you. It's also the biggest in Hungary. It's a very well-established site with over 4 million visits per month, and it's still growing rapidly. So it's the #1 site in Hungary. It's top of mind in everybody's head if somebody is thinking about either purchasing or selling real estate. So basically, it's not like they basically want to maintain, of course, this market position, but they also want to retain existing users. And how they do this is they actually heavily use retargeting in itself already. So they have been using it for years, and they brought out the best already from their retargeting campaigns as far as either direct retargeting campaign on a third-party site or through an ad network like Google Display Network. And still they were able to, and I will show this to you in a minute, but they were able to improve on that performance by introducing a personalization solution to this whole retargeting initiative. There were two phases of our cooperation with Ingatlan. In the first phase, they were focusing on third-party sites directly. So they were directly purchasing third-party site banner placements so to retarget people, and these were, for brand awareness purposes. What we did is that we replaced this banner, these brand awareness banners, with real personalized classified ads. That was the first phase. The second phase was when we introduced this personalization solution in Google Display Network campaign. Let me start with the first phase. So when we did these direct retargeting campaigns on third-party sites, just an example here, this is about the weather portal, and on this weather portal, just below the weather chart, you can see a retargeting banner with a personalized set of real estate ad assortment. Just for you to imagine how this looks like when there is not when we actually show real ads. This chart shows the CTR difference between people whom we know and people whom we don't know. For people whom we know, we can personalize content, and the CTR difference is about 8 times between these two groups. What's also interesting that compared to when there is no personalization solution in the picture, CTR was increased 10 times, and not only CTR but also conversion was increased 5 times. Conversion in this classified size case is the contact request between buyers and sellers, like ad reply. So that means that we not only, just like in Jofogas' case, here as well, not only can we bring in more people by increasing the CTR, we can actually bring in more valuable visitors because we were able also to increase conversion. And of course, providing a banner to people who, so a banner to people where actually the banner itself contains real advertisements compared to when it's a static brand awareness banner. It's just, it provides a better user experience. It's just, it shows people that we actually, try to find out what they are interested in. So it engages people more. The second phase of this cooperation was focusing on Google Display Network, so like an ad network. An example to this is here's a website where Google has a placement. Of course, it's Google who decides where these banners should appear and for whom. It can be, on YouTube, or it can be on numerous websites all around the web. And of course, it's interesting to, already Google provides its clients ways to optimize these Google Display Network campaigns. So it's really nice to have all those optimization possibilities already built into Google system. However, I will have just let me jump this slide here. Already by heavily optimizing the Google campaigns at Ingatlan, this real estate classified site, they were able to increase CTR 3 times and conversion as well 4 times in this GDN campaign. Just jumping down one slide, this shows that the baseline, the yellow line, is about when there's no recommendation system in the picture, no gravity in the picture, And compared to that, for people who haven't visited yet the classified site, putting in some contextual information, we were able to increase CTR by about 30 to 50%. And for people whom we know from previous site visit, we were able to increase the CTR 8-10 times. And you know that averages to about 3 times higher CTR. So that's in a nutshell about the second case study. And I would like to give the word back to Domonkos to talk about the integration process with GDN and also then to draw the conclusions.
So I hope that you are interested how this works on technical part. So the integration is practically start with a very small effort on our client side, which is injecting a tracking code into your site. This is similar to injecting Google Analytics code to your site. Once we can track your user behavior, then we can create a classified ad catalog by scraping that information that your users are browsing. Based on that, we create our database, and it is depending our common decision who designs the banner for the given campaign. Once the banners are created, then we upload this to the Gravity Ad Server. And finally, we create small pieces of HTML codes that you should inject to your ad server networks to be displayed. So practically, there are 2 or optionally 3 small steps where we need your help to be able to track your users, to define what kind of banners you want to use, and to place those advertisements in the ad network. Of course, you may also be interested what are the general conditions for applying this Google Display Network based optimization. So first, of course, it is beneficial if your site already has a good coverage of the country where you are located, because then there is a higher chance that the visitor of your site will match with that Google Display Network site where the advertisement is being displayed. On which site you want to display our optimized Google Display Network ad is depending on your GDN configuration. So you can either select to display it for retargeting focused user, or you can also select using it for new visitors. So just to reversing the order of case studies, since we were talking about Google Display Network, the main message of our talk today is the following, that you can make your marketing budget spending more effective with our solution. So what we have seen here, that there is in average 3 times higher CTR value and also an even 4 times higher conversion rate. And last but not least, what is more interesting is that we were able to decrease by about 50% the GDN cost of our client thanks to the more relevant retargeting. So they need to pay less for the GDN service because those advertisements were better targeted. Also, you can decide in a GDN case how you want to focus your spending. If you want to focus your spending on retargeting, then you can configure this in GDN, and then your display ads will be shown only for such users who visited already your site. If you want to use your marketing budget for acquiring new visitors, that this configuration is also available on GDN. And of course, you can use both to make your marketing campaign the most effective. Let me also summarize the results of third-party advertisement, what we have experimented with Jofogas. So here, where you buy a certain number of displays in web portals or news portals, you are able to achieve a very significant CTR and conversion increase, which can be multiple times of your general metrics. So that was all. We are looking forward to any comments or questions, and I would like to ask Heather to open the discussion for the audience.
Great, thank you so much, you guys. That was fantastic. You guys offer a very valuable solution to our classified members as well as other classified companies out there. We are going to open up the line for a Q&A, so if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to enter them into the chat box. Again, you can find that in the menu bar on your right-hand side of the screen, and it'll be at the bottom of the menu bar. So go ahead and enter those in, and in the meantime, I have a few questions for you guys. And one of them was, it sounds like this is very similar to something that Netflix or Amazon offers. Is it pretty similar?
Well, Netflix and Amazon basically using their recommendation on-site only. So Netflix has a recommendation solution in order to boost their revenue and to increase their customers' lifetime within the search. So same for Amazon. They use their own solution to engage their users and to achieve extra selling when you're browsing their site. What we offer here is somewhat similar because we track user behavior on site. This is one part of our solution, but we make use of that information not just on site, but also on third-party sites. It can be directly purchased surface, like it was in the first case study. It can be a campaign where you have plenty of websites where your advertisements are displayed.
Okay, yeah, so you guys reach out to other platforms where they just stay on their own sites.
Yes, basically.
Okay, interesting.
One sentence.
Yeah, simplified version. So I do have, excuse me here, another question for you. And this is just my own because I don't quite understand, but I was wondering if you could explain the difference between the pre-targeting and retargeting.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, could you explain the differences between the pre-targeting and the retargeting?
Sure. So the difference is whether the visitor was already at your site or not.
Okay.
So when we are talking about pre-targeting, this is a new visitor that you want to acquire, that you want to bring that visitor to your site. This is usually also done by banner campaigns or brand awareness campaigns, but through gravity optimized solution, there is a higher conversion rate of those visitors. On the other hand, with retargeting, you want to bring back already existing visitors to your site, to retain them, to re-engage them, or show them something new, or just to reactivate them.
Okay. We actually have a couple questions that just came in. And one of them, this is from Lena. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but the question is, how do you suggest we use retargeting in social media?
Okay, so in social media, one way is that if you can connect your site with the social media account of your visitors, then we can directly use that information to be presented in social media. Also, for instance, Facebook has a similar advertisement network on Facebook subsites where you can advertise your content. So practically, once you are connected through, for instance, a Facebook login, or you are able to identify your users on Facebook or on other social media site, then we are able to deliver their personalized selection of content. When we are talking about pre-targeting, so we don't know about the user, then we make use of contextual information, which is available on the given social media site.
Great. Lena, does that answer your question? Oh, yes it does, I guess. So thank you guys. We do have another question, and this one is from Kosh. And the question is, do you use information from social graph of Facebook in personalized content?
Yeah, we have a, let me jump to the backup slides. Okay, so we have 4 tiers of information sources what we make use. One of them is social events, like Facebook, like tweets, shares, speakings. So those information can be also valuable to characterize the user interest. So for instance, when you give what movies you like or what books you read on Facebook, then we make use of that information for better profiling your interest.
Okay, great. And does that answer your question? Let's see here. If so, just yes, it does. Okay. And I have another question for you guys. I'm wondering, how long does it take to launch a personalized solution?
Well,
on average.
First, depending on the site and effort that we can, or actually together we can put into it, it can be a couple of days to about 2 weeks. So that means that the JavaScript code, the tracking code, needs to be initiated to the site, basically, in order for us to be able to track user behavior. That's easy thing to do. The other thing that we have to do is, the catalog integration. So the ad catalog for specified site needs to be synchronized with our database, and of course that catalog needs to be our catalog or our database needs to be updated in a regular time, like a couple of minutes, getting all the new ads and getting information about which ads actually were deleted, stuff like that. That can take like about maybe 2 or 3 days. And after we have got this, we need to decide, or at least the client, the classified site needs to decide where those recommendation placements, the retargeting placements, need to be set on which third-party sites or on which ad networks, and actually how those banners should look like. And we of course need to determine together what the recommendation logic in those retargeting banners should be. Well, this, for example, if let's say classified site would like to have a retargeting campaign on a third-party site, this can be, I mean, just placing an iframe type recommendation box there is very easy to do, and it's basically most of the job is on our side, on Gravity side, to set in the background, like the logic itself. For a GDN campaign, maybe Domokos can elaborate on that.
I just wanted to add that there are two parts of this. So first is a business requirement discussion between the two parties. The second is the technical part. So once we are done with the first one, so we know where we want to place and roughly what logic you want to put there, then it's 1 or 2 days on the technical side. Actually, it's pretty same for GDN because, and even probably a bit less because we don't decide together where you want to place the ads. So on the technical part, it's maximum 1 week work together.
Wow, that's pretty quick. And how, on average, I guess, does it take for people to see the results of their solution?
Well, for the personalized version, you can, so once you inject the tracking code, we can usually see the results after the first week. So that's why we suggest to inject the tracking code and then launch the campaign after 1 week when we have already enough information, and therefore you will be able to see the results on the very first day of the campaign. And of course, if there is a learning curve, then we will know more about more visitors as we do user tracking. Then the ratio of non-visitors will increase, and therefore the results will be even better with time.
Yeah, okay. Great. Does anybody else have any further questions? In the meantime, I'd like to thank you both so much for putting on this excellent webinar. Such great information. And again, very valuable service I think everybody could use. And if anybody does want to meet these guys in person, you can do so. They'll be at our conference in a couple of weeks in Helsinki, Finland. So you can meet them there. Otherwise, we will be able to send their contact information and the recording of the webinar, as well as, are you guys okay with the presentation being sent over to?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, we'll send all that information over to you in a follow-up email. Let's see, I think someone else just sent another question in. And the question is, again, from Kosh. Thank you so much. The question is, other KPIs, not CTR, like returning users, time on site, conversions, were they changed?
Well, we have reported on conversion data. So just let me bring this slide back. So where on the third column we show the conversion rate in terms of a reply. Not to see this, we can of course measure the time spent on site. And what we have seen on on-site recommendation campaigns, what we did with Jofogas in phase 1, that there was 10 to 15% increase in time spent on site. So what we see that there is the people getting recommendations visit more ad detailed pages, and they spend more time on ad detailed pages. And they go back to listing pages less frequently. So at the end of the day, what we call valuable time of browsing, which is not searching certain items but looking at certain items, increases considerably. So it's more than 10 to 15% because we lost some visitor time on listing pages. So if you consider this from the ad view page time spending, the increase is larger. It's over 20%.
Okay, thank you so much. And Coach, if you want them to elaborate any more, please just let me know in the questions box. But we have 2 minutes left of the webinar, so if anybody has any further questions, please do so quickly. But again, as I said, thanks again to Dominkosh and Thomas for presenting today, and we will be uploading the recording to YouTube and our website, as well as posting on our social sites and following up with you in a webinar. At the end of the webinar, when you log out, you'll also receive a survey. If you guys could please fill that out. We do look forward to your responses and want to improve our webinars as much as possible. Any further questions? Do you guys, Dominkosh and Thomas, have anything final you'd like to add?
I just want to thank you for the audience that they have joined our webinar, and we are looking forward to meet you in person in Helsinki.
Great. And again, we'll send out your guys' contact information to everybody as well in case they want to get a hold of you or have any further questions to ask you. And thanks everyone for logging into today's webinar. I hope you have a great rest of your day, depending on how much it is. And we hopefully will see you guys in Helsinki, if not maybe in the autumn conference in Athens, Greece. So thanks guys so much, Dominkosh and Thomas. I will follow up with you guys later. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.